I know subtility. I want to be able to back it. Yeah, I'll get that source. Yeah.
Okay, we love it.
But I found it in the blue letter too. I definitely want to get the definition that it said in the blue letter first, and then we can go into kind of what we brought up. So we on?
We on. Go ahead, right?
All right, Shalom. We want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua.
double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and blessings to the elect. It's the Great Millstone Dallas camp, and we got some special guests with us through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. We got the Houston brothers. You know what I'm saying? We got the brother Tazapah, and we got the brother Bukwasha. And we just gonna get straight to the lesson. You know what I'm saying? Powerful with you?
Kind of, yeah. Genesis 3 and start right at the top. Shot.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath the Most High said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High had said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
That's right. So right here, this is an example of the serpent, man, going back in Genesis in the garden, man. The clear example of subtlety, you know what I'm saying? It says he was more subtle than any beast in the planet at that time, you know what I'm saying? Than anything that was created that had dominion over like creatures like animals and so on and so forth. So we're beginning to start off, you just want to break down that word subtle, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how he was able to basically manipulate Eve, you know what I'm saying? Into basically taking part in all of those different philosophies when we already had exactly what we needed, you know what I'm saying, to be able to live and be in harmony with the earth. But this is an example, you know what I'm saying, of subtlety on the left-hand side when it's used for wickedness, you know? Go ahead. Or Salaki, you got the word?
Yeah, I got the word here. So that word is Strong's H6175, which is Irawum. All right, Irawum, which means subtle, shrewd, crafty, sly, sensible. All right, imprudent.
That's right. So let's just break these down, you know what I'm saying? Just to kind of go into the characteristics of the so-called white man, the devil. That's who the scriptures is talking about, that serpent that was in the garden, you know what I'm saying? The wicked, you know? And it's talking about the wicked using subtlety, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get that first.
Okay, the first one is subtle.
Okay.
All right, and the second one is shrewd.
Shrewd, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
All right, crafty.
Crafty. Matter of fact, go ahead and get Daniel 8:25. Crafty. Like you heard the term henceforth witchcraft, right? Basically, formicator or sorcerer. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess on the righteous side, like the ancient apothecaries, they was known for concocting things that could heal. But on the left-hand side, Esau, you know what I'm saying? He's concocting things for death, you know? But that's the whole mantra that he spread throughout the earth. That's how he's been able to establish dominance over the earth, through craft.
I got crafty.
You got it?
Crafty, if you just Google the word, the definition says clever at achieving one's aims by indirect or deceitful methods.
Who? By indirect, it says, read it again.
Clever at achieving one's aims by indirect or deceitful methods.
Right, and we always go into one of the main ways that the so-called white man, the nation of Esau or Edom, has been able to just have control of the earth is through deception. Right. You know what I'm saying? It says indirect or direct. They're able to basically bring their plans to fruition.
Well, it says indirect or deceitful methods. You see, but that's why Esau has you sign his paperwork.
Exactly. Because
when you go and you fine comb that paperwork, that's why if you do go into contract with Esau, you got to lawyer up.
Right.
You got to have somebody that professionally can read into the language of his terms and agreements, because you know there's going to be loopholes, catches, you know, BS that you got to go in through. Just like if you sign on for a credit card,
right?
They tell you 1 year, you know, zero this, zero that. But if you violate one thing throughout that year, it's going to jump to 29% interest on your ass.
Exactly.
You miss one payment, they'll shoot from 13% interest to 33% interest. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You look at your bank account like, what the hell?
That's right.
It's like, oh yeah, it says right there, duh. You know?
Hey, indirect. That's a beautiful point. That indirect, because even in their foreign policies, in establishing control in these other nations, man, that's how they deal. They don't deal directly. Sometimes they deal with what's called with proxies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To where it ain't really coming back to them directly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they're behind that whole movement.
Yeah.
That's craft.
Yeah.
You know, or being crafty.
I was I went to Eastern Europe, and he was telling me about one of the families that was controlling the regions in and around Vienna. Sold this Edomite family. They sold their mines, like iron ore mines or some type of a mineral or metal mine, to this one king so that they can get money for weapons, so they can fight this battle on a different border. Well, they got all the weapons, went fought the battle, won, took the resources of the people that they defeated, and then immediately attacked the people that they sold their mine to, so they can get the mine back. So now they have the weapons and the mine.
That's right, man. Wow.
Crafty, man. Crafty,
man.
You know?
But hey, on the left-hand side, all through the spirit of the Most High, first and foremost, because it tells you that in Daniel, the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and he sets up over it the basis of men. Right. So we know that Esau was set up for the Most High's power to be shown throughout the earth. You know what I'm saying? But he's basically dominating the earth in craftiness and deception, you know, in subtlety. Is it more than that, brother?
No, that's it.
Furthermore,
Daniel
go
8.
Daniel 8:25.
8:25. So
Just follow that definition.
this is Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
That's right. It says through his policy. Somebody look up that word policy, because it sounds close to what? Police. The America sometimes gets coined the police of the earth.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're in everybody's land, just like it talks about, I believe, in Obadiah, or not Obadiah, but Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. You know what I'm saying? They covet fields. You know what I'm saying? Like Esau, basically through his policy, you know what I'm saying, he's been able to allow craft to prosper in his hand. You know what I'm saying?
I got the word policy in the dictionary. The brother went in the Hebrew first.
I got it in Hebrew.
Okay.
The word here is sakal or sakel, H7922. It says prudence, insight, understanding. Prudence, good sense, insight, understanding, cunning, craft, in a bad sense.
That's right, and that's for policy.
That's for policy.
So it all goes hand in hand. Policy. Read that again about No, I'm on the scripture.
Oh, come. This is verse 25. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
So it just clarified through his policy, which policy basically means craft. You know what I'm saying? It shall be able to prosper in his hand. You know, that's how he's been able to establish a global hegemony. You know what I'm saying? Was it more than that?
I got the policy in the Edamon.
Go ahead.
You know, just so we can be more specific.
Kind.
Policy, it says written insurance agreement, contract, bill of landing, from Italian polizia, written evidence of a transaction.
Hey, before Esau came with this concept, like for land, for example, that's just your inheritance. It was just known that, hey, this is our portion. But Esau comes with the fucking deed. You know what I'm saying? With some paper that says, hey, just because my name is on this so-called deed, this insurance contract, this is my land. That's part of that craft, man.
Right.
Go ahead, brother. Was it more than that, Ariella?
It says, just like proof, declaration, receipt for money.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because like they'll basically come with a land deed or something and basically tell you that you need to move off your land, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we know the legacy with the natives, the indigenous people of his land, they were here first. But Esau, you know what I'm saying, through his cunning, deception, through his subtlety, through his prudence, through his policy, he comes with a contract to say, hey, this belongs to us. Hey, we got it on contract. You know? And they do this in every facet of life, man.
Yeah,
That's right.
the word is their sword, but also the tangible sword. They use that to reinforce their policy. They use the sword, NATO, to reinforce their policy. You know,
Foreign policy, henceforth, is foreign craft or witchcraft, really, that they deceiving and just destroying these nations through, man. You know, but the scripture just said in Daniel, he shall cause it to prosper, because it's feeding his agenda right now until the Most High sends his Son to intervene. Was it more than that?
That's it.
Can I get the dictionary?
Go ahead.
Because it goes into what Ariella you just said. It says a plan or course of action as a government, political party, or business intended to influence and determine decisions, actions, and other matters. And then it has an example. It says American foreign policy, the company's personnel policy.
Yep.
You know, so like the brother Ariala said beautifully, you know, going into NATO, they pretty much they force their policy upon these other nations with what? By basis of using the sword.
Exactly. That's how they execute to make sure that the policy gets played out the way that they intended to do. You
Just
know what
like
I'm
the
saying?
petrodollar.
Yo.
Petrodollar is subtle, it's craftiness, but what? Cause nations around the world don't want that dollar, but what's making them use it? The U.S. military, this military-industrial complex.
Right.
They forcing people to take that petrodollar through the sword, which is their weapon. So it goes in. It plays hand in hand with that subtlety, that craft.
Yo,
Yeah.
because it talks about that in Psalms, I believe, the 55th chapter, you know what I'm saying? He speaketh. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. I know I'm kind of jumping, but hey.
What'd you say? Psalms what?
Psalms 55, I believe it's at 20.
Oh, okay.
Because that's how they come, you know, indirectly at first, but hey, if they perceive it's going to be an issue, then they reinforce it by their military. You know what I'm saying? By the sword.
I got you.
Go ahead.
This is Psalms chapter 55, verse 20. Says, he had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant.
Okay.
The words of his mouth are smoother than butter.
That's right, the words of his mouth, meaning like the contracts, you know what I'm saying? Policy. The words of his mouth is smoother than butter. Go ahead.
But war was in his heart.
But war was in his heart. So if Esau, if he perceives in his plans that his policy is not going to be carried out, if it's any type of threat to what has been forth, then he's going to reinforce it by his military, by the sword, to make sure that those things get enacted. You know what I'm saying? Pinpoint precision. Is there more?
His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
That's right. Read that again, Bob Bishop.
It says, Psalms 55 and 21, it says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
His words were softer than oil, yet with drawn swords. You know?
Yeah.
Is that not Esau?
That's the essence of that subtlety.
That's the essence of that subtlety. You know what I'm saying?
It's more.
Go
Like,
ahead.
like I said this real quick, like Ariella mentioned the credit cards. You see all these Capital One commercials, busting your one, all this cool shit that makes like
Look at all these rewards.
Get your life together, man, rewards, different bonuses, and all this extra shit you can earn. But then if you don't read that contract, like the brother said, you make one mistake, all of a sudden your shit over 20-30%, and you wonder what the hell happened.
Yeah.
But they don't put all that in the commercials and shit with the advertising trying to seduce your ass, man.
Hey.
Trying to get you into it, you know.
Because even it was like an indirect war with most of our people during that, what is it called, a subprime lending crisis.
All right.
They was giving our people that was so ancient or so anxious to get into a home, their first home, these bad mortgage deals to where they'll have this low rate, but it's called an adjustable rate or an arm to where at a certain time that interest rate just jacks up sky high to put our people in a worse situation than they begin in.
Well, if I could say this real quick, Esau plays on the ignorance of our people.
Exactly.
So that's a part of his aim as well. So as you brothers were talking about, indirectly, right? Because he knows that you haven't been taught this created language in which he uses against our people. And then it said by what? Deceit. Okay, so really he's lying to you the whole time. That's his aim. So I just want to throw that in there real quick, brother. Subtility is what?
You get into it, even his language plays into that.
Go.
You know, Jay came up with the English, but he mixes English with the Latin and with the, that's a part of that to keep Jake in that ignorance, because he uses in his contract a term like he might use a term which we use every day one way, but in his contract it don't
totally
mean
different
that.
meaning.
It means
Exactly.
right. See, that's man. You can't get up on this. He's the most subtle beast of the field, man. You ain't gonna get a leg up dealing with this goddamn devil.
That's right, brother. 'Cause even in all his laws and stuff, like it's in Latin. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Right.
So you, like the brother made a point earlier, you got to go get a mediator. You got to get an attorney to interpret that language, man. You know?
A representative.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they actually had that was Brown versus the board.
Board of Education.
Yeah, Board of Education, and they had Jake, who was the lawyer, as a representative. That was his thing to mediate, because Jake, who was on there, they didn't knew what he knew. You know what I'm saying? Because he understood Esau's system, because he was a lawyer, right. So he understands that speak or what they're saying. Like, nah, man, you know what I'm saying? Let me represent my people, so they'll know what's going on, man.
But the brother made a beautiful point. Esau's subtlety, it equals great deception.
Yeah.
But the point, how we gonna flip gears in a sec. With our people, the subtlety that we're supposed to be in is through righteousness.
Right.
Knowing how to maneuver, but all through the spirit of what we know through the understanding of these scriptures, man, of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But
can I get one more precept before we flip the script? This is
if it's more to it, hold it. Go ahead. Man.
This is Job chapter 15 verse 35. It says, "They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepared this." Everything is based on taking from you and giving to him.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a part of his subtlety. Those smooth words, those contracts, drawn words. You don't see it, but eventually you lose your life because of it.
That's right. Well, I forgot who that's you. Oh, that's something still next.
No, I was finished with Psalms.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Psalms chapter 5, verse 9. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth, their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulchre, they flatter with their tongue.
That's right, man. Their throat is an open sepulchre, man. Just everything that comes out of the mouth, out of the mind, out of these contracts, these policies, man, is gonna end up in death, really.
Right.
Because the wages of sin is death. And basically Esau, he's basically trying to form a new rise. All that promotes is just mass amount of sin and iniquity.
Corruption.
Corruption. But it's all done through deception to make people think that it's for the benefit of them when really it's destroying you.
Yes.
Right?
Back what you just said. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth him.
Yep. And the righteous is talking about the nation of Israel, chiefly right now the elect. But the ways of the wicked seduce it, because even us, man, we feel like Esau in Psalms the 73rd chapter sometimes. We're men trying to be righteous in this faith, but we see Esau prospering through wickedness, and you feel a certain way.
Right. They're not.
I
was gonna say they're not in trouble as we are. They live in better houses. They don't have the same type of oppression in which we go through. So yeah, all those things. So like I ain't mean to.
So yeah, that's just part of our fight, though. Them demons jump on brothers, things come in your mind, like. That's just a test of our faith ultimately, but to just the masses, especially 2/3 of our people, Esau has them just gone out of there. They've been completely removed from the ways of even trying to consider that they have a power that's for them.
That's why
He seduced, That's why the word is not with smooth and butter.
Yep.
He seduced everybody with his talk, man. His advertising, the way he's shoving his whole policy down everybody's throat, seducing the hell out of everybody. But like brother said, we get tempted by that, but we see through that, That's why I said we're not able to say his devices. But he seduced the hell out of everybody else. That's why he was able to take over Gad with over 400 treaties, and he talked all that good talk.
All them treaties was seduction.
Yeah, seduction.
All them treaties was the seduction.
Stab shit out that ass.
Man.
Yeah.
Somebody grabbed Proverbs 14 and 15. Was it more than that in that?
yeah. I'm starting. This is Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many.
Hey, slow that down a little
Yeah.
bit, brother. Go back. So just read it sort of.
All the way to side.
Yeah.
Okay, come. Verse 25.
It's a lot of meat on
And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart.
and he shall magnify himself in his heart. Because we can go into Isaiah the 47th chapter. Just through his technology, through his deception, through his cunning, through his subtlety, he's been able to establish this foothold and just basically just beating the brakes off these nations. He thinks he's the Most High, man.
Yep.
It says he shall magnify himself. Because everything's going according to his plans. He's just executing these missions. Esau, he's being magnified. Go ahead. What's that part after magnified?
magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many.
Yeah, and by peace shall destroy many.
Like the brothers, y'all just referenced the peace trees. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just he's just he's fickle, man. But but rightfully so, he's on the left hand side. So his deceit is his strength. That's his sword as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get you to rock with me. But when I got that leverage, I'm just just move your ass out the way. You know what I'm saying? That's how Esau operates, man. That's with any infrastructure, any work at like in energy sports, they'll use the shit out of Jake, and once they done, they go on to the next.
That's right. That's right.
Music. Oh
Yeah.
man, don't let it come to get home and
Yeah,
Man.
That's when they killed Left Eye, because she started breaking that shit down. When it's all
Right.
done, you got $1 million split between 3 chicks. Like, what the fuck happened? We selling millions of records. And then all of a sudden, you know how I died in a car wreck, man. But that's how you do with all Jake in the music industry.
Right.
Yeah. She was bringing it out about that Dr. Sapie stuff too.
Yep.
That's where she was at.
yeah.
She was over there with
Yeah,
Dr.
she was
Sapie.
over there, right. Yeah.
Talking about she about to bring it out.
Uh-huh.
No.
Talking about the fresh water and all that
That's
stuff.
Then
So jump right into a live stream.
And then oddly enough, 16 to 17 years later, Dr. Sebi out of there.
Yeah,
Along with 49 other doctors, man.
Yeah, all them natural paths.
Yeah. Esau ain't for truth, man. He's for the left hand power.
Hella subtle.
Yeah.
I got one real quick, brother. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1.
Right.
Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand.
That's right. Same
The
scripture
word
say.
practice.
Yeah.
No,
Now you got it, brother.
No.
Now I was just breaking it down.
Say
Woe
your
means
piece.
destruction, man, to them that work mischief upon their bed, man. Meaning these Edomites, chiefly is talking about the elite, they have time to really, they have leisure to really just go into these demonic plans, man.
Right.
How they going to destroy the earth. Read that again.
Come. Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand.
That's right, they practice it, man. They rehearse it, they go over it, and make sure they go through all the details.
Yep.
Like the brothers were saying, they trying to calculate 3 or 4 steps down the way. Like, okay, what if this situation, you know what I'm saying? They already got this thing thought out.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, got some more, man. It's verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away, so that they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
That's right. And that's what they've been able to do all throughout the world, man. The fact that they got that covetous nature to want other people's land through that policy, they're able to go get that. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, all through the power and will of the Most High right now, too, you know? But they've been magnified just because everything is running the way that they think they've planned it to, that they've been deceived in their own heart, that they think it's actually them. They're magnifying themselves, like we read in Daniel 8:26, I believe. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Therefore, thus said Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go heartily, for this time is evil.
That's right. Against this family, meaning the whole family, man. Ain't gonna be no remnant of Esau, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just left
right.
without no type of judgment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Against the whole family. The Most High deals with complete nations. And I don't want to get into that really, but we know the judgment as written in the scripture of the nation of Esau. You know what I'm saying? Who's operated in complete wickedness through subtlety. You know what I'm saying? To just exert just demonic influence throughout the world that has the world in a state of death.
Yep.
But that's what I wanted to bring up too, man. We got to know what we're fighting up against. We're in a spiritual war right now, so you got to know your enemy. The fact that he suffered, he's doing all these things we just brought out, the example with Left Eye, you know what I'm saying? So that means we got to operate in that same mode, but in righteousness.
That's right.
But I mean, did you have a precept?
Yeah. I had Sirach chapter 12,
Well,
verse
you know,
10. In general, the spiritual demon Satan is ruling this world. You know? And so they come after that energy which is full of craft and deceit.
Yeah.
You know, being his seed. But everybody is under the influence of the spiritual demon Satan.
That's right.
So the moment you wake up, you're behind enemy lines.
Mm-hmm.
Every day you're behind enemy lines. as you go through this pilgrimage in this truth.
Right.
You see?
Right.
So you have to move. If you gotta, if you playing what's the game, Metal Gear Solid, do you just run outside when you get down behind enemy lines? Do you just run out there, or do you creep? You make sure you shit, you know, you
Right.
make sure to pay attention. You got that?
Yeah, you
know
gotta
what
use
I'm saying?
prudence, right?
You gotta
Exactly.
be prudent. You gotta think, okay, all right, I'm gonna slide down this wall, and I'm gonna hit that tanker over there, set a bomb right there, move it to the
Right.
storage room.
Right.
Wait for this patrolman to walk by, sneak his ass, go upstairs. You know what I'm saying? You thinking, you know?
Right.
See how much ammo you got.
Yeah. You don't just move around with reckless abandon.
Right.
You know,
Likewise.
from the scriptures,
Yep.
wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time and the strength of thy salvation, right? Yeah, we leading up into those major times. Well, you have to move
Right.
with subtlety. You have to move with prudence.
Exactly. That's right.
Okay?
That's right, because like we broke down that word, I forgot, was it
Craft. Right.
He basically said that it meant
Basically, it was
It says
a particular word that I want
indirect.
indirect and deceitful.
Right.
Yeah,
And
'cause right
deceitful.
now, even within the nation of Israel, that was the point I wanted to make. He's sending like niggas against us,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Because he
they in
don't
the
really
same
know how to
spirit.
kind of get to the true men of the Lord that's teaching the right doctrine. So he's coming in at an indirect spirit.
Right.
That's furthermore why we need to operate in prudence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you got niggas making YouTube names as if it was a woman, and coming on the comment board talking like, well, I just think, you know, but it's a nigga,
Right.
you know?
Right.
Yo,
Like, come on, bro.
huh?
Come on, dog. Just niggas, bro. But that's why the Lord said, ye of your father the devil, because they come in that same deceitful,
Exactly.
deceitful
Right.
adversary spirit. Yeah.
False writings crept in unaware.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's right.
That's why you got all these dudes now talking about Esau. They trying to cushion the blow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They trying to cushion the blow for Esau, but the scriptures can't be broken, man.
That's right.
That's right. You can go ahead and get your piece of
All right, this is Sirach chapter 12 verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
That's
Right.
right. So why the hell would we try to trim our doctrine to seek love from our enemy?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you were bold enough to proclaim that you're an Israelite in America, man, you already behind enemy lines like we've been going into. What make you think he's not gonna come after your ass, man? Just because you're not directly talking about the nation of Esau's destruction.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't surrender to your enemy and expect for him to have mercy on you.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You might as well just go balls to the wall.
Right, exactly.
The scriptures say never trust thine enemy.
That's right.
You know? And we understand why we ain't supposed to trust our enemy, man, because he's been able to operate in complete wickedness and just deceitfulness, you know what I'm saying, for millennia. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
That's right. So he'll have on a business suit with a tie on, patting you on the back. Good job. You know what I'm saying? Want to go grab a beer.
Right.
But it says, though he go crouching, basically trying to gain your trust and approval, it says, take heed. Man, always be mindful, man, that this is your enemy. Once you finish that, I want that in Proverbs. Bob Bashar. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away.
That's right. So you can wipe something that has rust on it, but after a while, that rust gonna come right back.
Yep.
Like meaning Esau, man, he ain't gonna ever change from the way and the spirit that the Most High created him to be. He's the devil.
That's why you got to get rid of him.
Exactly.
It's natural need for iron thrust. It's natural. That's what happened. It's natural property. So Esau's naturally wicked. He's naturally gonna hate you niggas.
Exactly.
Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. That's just him.
It's innate, man. Go ahead, brother.
12. Set him not by thee, lest when he had overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place.
Wow. Yep. And that's been happening time and time again. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the Gadites, man. You know what I'm saying? He's always basically trying to get in your position. Like the scriptures talk about, they remove the ancient landmarks. You always got to take heed. Go ahead.
All right. It says, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith.
Right.
Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as has come not wild beast. So if you gonna make that deal, if you gonna make that deal with Esau, we can't feel bad when you get bit because you done already been told.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You tell the kids to stay away from the stove until they burn themselves. They don't know, but then once you do burn yourself, it's too late.
Exactly, because the brother brought out talking about how iron rusts, how that wickedness is just naturally in Esau like a serpent.
Yeah.
You don't play with no serpent because it's a huge risk that you're gonna get bit.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Go ahead.
That was it.
The serpent is very keen too, man. The serpent will wait until it's in prime position to attack.
Right.
You know, a serpent's not just going to, if you walk up on it, it's going to act wild and try to
man, it's more.
go at, you know what I'm saying, different angles. No, it's gonna sit there, be patient.
Right.
But when the time is right, the serpent gonna come up and attack, man. And that's exactly what Esau gonna do to you niggas that do deals with him, man. You got it, baby.
All right.
I wanted Proverbs 14 and 15. I got you.
Okay, no, you good.
Proverbs chapter 14, verse 15. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going.
That's right, man. So it's a lot of simple Israelites out there, man, that's been watching us. You gotta watch IUIC. I watch ISUPK. I like to try to get, man, we coming into a time, you better get out of that simple mindset, recognize that you got an enemy, man.
That's right.
But the scriptures say that the simple believeth every word. So you can't believe these false doctrines, man, that these niggas out there speaking. You and damn sure can't believe anything that the so-called white man telling you. Niggas still voting. Niggas really trying to hold some type of stake and try to seek validation from your enemy, man.
Right.
You know? The scripture says, the simple believeth every word, but the prudent looketh well into his way. Mm-hmm. And that's what the Most High is raising up, man. The elect, we got to be prudent men. We got to be subtile in righteousness. You know? That's it on that. Is it on that song? Yeah, kind of.
This is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 33. Why trimmest thou way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways?
That's right, man. Why trimmest thou way to seek love, man? Because we made that example of these guys basically trying to take away from the doctrine. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't gonna get no love from your enemy anyway.
Right.
Because it's
too many videos of you on her calling the white man the devil, talking about your Hawashai's coming with chariots, and all these different things that you learn from the apostles and elders of Great Millstone through the spirit and power of Yahweh and Hawashai. You turn those things over. You turn those things over to do your own thing. You know what I'm saying? You thought you was gonna subtly change what Yahweh Hashem Yahushua got set up. It's not gonna happen, man. That's what I'm saying. That's why things are happening the way that they happening, man. Because we gotta be subtle too, like the brother was going into, man.
That's right.
But like the brother focusing on the left hand side of the subtlety, you know what I'm saying? Our people got that bad too, man. We're gonna put that out there, man. Making up all kind of stuff, man, and lying.
That's right.
Part of your subtlety. That's what I'm saying. What is your subtlety about? Is it about deliverance? Is it about waking up the elect? You know what I'm saying? Is it about getting a W? Is it about stacking up W's in Babylon? You know what I'm saying? You gonna go 73-9 in Babylon and lose in the championship?
Okay.
They got some more on there, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Proverbs 14 and 16. A wise man feareth and departed from evil, but the fool rageth and is confident.
That's right.
So, yeah, I just want to bring that up because you're talking about how Jake's still voting and stuff. They still raging and confident in the way that's leading them to destruction.
Exactly.
They confident in that way.
That's right.
We giving them, we tell them, look, this is the way to life.
That's right.
But for some Jake, it's that straight and narrow is too straight for them, you know? It's like this brother just talking about Jake you got some Jakes that want to stack up W's. They raging and they confident in their false way, man, in the way of error. And they don't want to, they just don't want to come to Yahweh and Yahweh. We know it's not for everybody. We know it's got to be a 2/3. But I mean, man, just like you say, with Jake voting, man, shouldn't nobody have to tell you. The Edomites done showed you that that's bullshit.
Right.
Bush done showed you that when he took the election from Al Gore.
Man.
He showed you that this is bullshit, man. He just took it.
Yeah, it's all.
Nigga, I'm president.
It's all rigged.
That's what he did.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
That's just me.
And then Jake start taking on this mentality. Well, if you didn't vote, you can't complain. Like, my nigga,
Right.
bullshit.
Yeah, you know how many times I heard that, man,
Right.
this last election?
Man.
Right.
Man,
Right.
Come on, man.
Oh, I said I can complain as much as I want to, man. You
Yeah.
can't,
Exactly.
who are you to tell me I can't complain? With
No.
taxes getting took out my checks, chemtrails.
Yeah,
You know
that
what I'm
shit.
saying? Nah, man, I get to complain. Shit,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
scripture
saying?
say the
That's the
judge.
tricky response that Esau has set up for these people to give. Like when people try to be outside of the status quo, like, nah, I'm
Yep.
not voting. Like
Exactly.
people already programmed to say that stupid
That's
crap.
like, your
man.
vote didn't even count.
Yeah.
Right.
So, shit, yeah.
And like yours
You,
did.
you didn't vote, you didn't complain, nigga, you didn't vote. Nigga, you went in there, don't mean you voted.
No, right.
That's
Exactly.
not being prudent though at the end of the day because
Right.
it's so much shit to complain about. We can go into the different levels, how the earth is all destroyed, man.
Right.
We're in a state of just complete immorality.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? There's no like camaraderie among people. You know what I'm saying? Just the food is jacked up, the water supply.
People are ridiculously dumb.
Yeah.
They gonna complain
You know?
about you complaining.
People are absolutely ridiculously dumb. Don't know nothing. Like on ridiculous level.
That's bad.
When the brothers brought out that little finger object, that's good. Like that helps
Oh,
mentally
yeah.
ill children, bro.
Right. The little flicker
Bro,
thing.
I seen Jake to this little seminar I went to last week, bro. Like, I'm just looking at him like, damn, they really don't know. Jake is
Right.
in there. I'm like, man,
Right.
yeah, the brother just put it out there. People are ridiculously dumb, don't know shit, and then try to ridicule you, talking about you didn't vote. Like the brother said, nigga, you didn't either.
That's right, brother.
When Obama was in office, niggas still got killed. Trump's in office, niggas still got killed.
Right.
Now Trump's in office, he's letting it be known, man. That's why these Edomites are getting revved up and they spirit, man. They calling you niggas at any given chance.
They say to hell with the subtlety.
Yeah. Yeah. Real talk.
They said to hell with subtlety.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing deceitful about nigger. Like that Edomite in that Walmart video. You know, Eve said, "Oh, you're ignorant." Look at this. A nigger's calling me ignorant.
Right. Right.
But it was hilarious because now you know, man. You've been knowing, man.
Right.
And miss me with that. It's 2017. Yes, it's 2017. 500 plus 17 years. Your ass been in captivity and you still not getting it.
Hey, but you ain't gonna get it too bad, so sad.
That's
We
right,
know
man.
that the message of repentance and salvation is only for the elect, and that's who our message is chiefly aimed for.
Right.
So that's who I'm trying to basically, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Motivate or encourage through the Spirit to
Exhort.
prepare for our enemy, be subtile in righteousness, the elect. We're not supposed to be simple, man. Men in the faith.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is exhortation, man. As much as possible through the experience that we gaining in this faith, gain prudence, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Quit being so goddamn simple, man.
That's right, bro.
Hey, brother, real quick, let me just reiterate this.
Go ahead,
Again,
brother.
Proverbs 14 and 16, it said, wise man feared and departed from evil. And that's a part of, like you're saying, flipping the script, or subtlety. A part of that is realizing the subtlety of your enemy.
Exactly.
Because you're not, that's showing prudence.
That's right.
Because we had to wake up and depart. We had to depart from evil, which is to depart from Esau and all his madness and the bullshit that we was entangled in.
That's right.
You know, and that was a part of us being subtile, just recognizing game, like you just say in the street.
Right.
You know,
Recognize game.
a simple man ain't gonna recognize game. He's gonna
Right.
play the fool.
Exactly.
But yeah, man. But that's through Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah that we were given this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to recognize the game that Esau been running, and then we departed from out that madness, man. We ain't worshiping no Christmas,
Exactly.
no Thanksgiving, all that bull, that madness that we was once into. You know, we ain't voting no more. All this stuff, man, that Jake's still getting caught up by, still playing, falling okie doke to this bullshit.
Right.
And it's just like you know, watching the news, your brother was talking about how they, what was it with the ISIS? You know how ISIS claimed,
Oh yeah, claim
you know,
responsibility.
some shit that happened in ISIS claims
Responsibility.
Yeah,
It's the same
Right.
tagline every time.
It's
Right.
just propaganda.
Right. Of
But
course.
Jacob,
Eat it up.
man. They're right. Buy into it full hearted.
Hey, ISIS go hard.
Yeah.
You be scared of ISIS,
But
Right. Yeah.
we looking at it
Man.
like, yeah, man. Just come on with the shit.
Right.
You know?
Come
If
on.
I say this, that's why Micah 2 and 10 said, your rise and depart, this ain't your rest.
Exactly.
Esau had deceived our people, thinking this is our rest, and we either trust in him, like you said, ISIS, ICE is going hard, so we can rely on our American military, our home base, to get these guys out of it, man. Now knowing it's Esau doing it the whole damn time.
Exactly.
Man. You know, that's why you gotta depart, because it's polluted. It will destroy you with sword destruction, man.
You got niggas standing up talking about bomb the bastards.
Well, they're going to they join the military.
Right. Yeah.
Bomb the bastards.
Niggas
Just bomb them.
Right.
I say we.
The military.
Say we.
You know, and then meanwhile, the damn lieutenant talking about your black ass behind your back as he sips some bourbon. The general,
Yeah.
fucking nigger,
Right.
Tyler. You know, put him on that post again. You know?
Exactly.
Put Rondell's ass in the front.
Yeah, man. Him, and he gonna be right there with Javier, man, on the front line, man, and with Lakeisha, her dumb ass,
The dyke bitch.
all of them.
Kissinger called them dumb dogs.
Yeah.
Loosely paraphrasing.
Yeah.
All the military, man. They nothing more than dogs that, you know,
That's
we
what
give command to and they do our will, do our bidding.
Right.
That's what G.I. Joe stands for, galvanized iron, man. That's what they look at you like, man. Just a trash can.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Exactly.
Jarhead, yeah. Was it one of that
Government
issue?
That was it, bro.
You that one? Yeah, Quash had one.
Yeah. I just want to bring this out because this goes into what all the scenarios in which you brothers are talking about, not being able to recognize the system of white supremacy and then living in it, expecting it to have some type of benefit for our people, and it's not. The only benefit, the only wisdom in which we have are these scriptures. You know what I mean? That is our subtlety. But as the scriptures is going to say, I'm going to read this. This is Proverbs chapter 12, verse 15. It says, "The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise."
That's right.
So yeah, you got to hearken unto the men of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You got to humble yourself to the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That is what gives you wisdom. That is what is going to help you realize what system you're in.
Exactly.
That you're behind enemy lines. That you really have no will to fight except for these scriptures. You can't fight carnally. You can't fight against the system by trying to get all types of guns and weapons and protests. We've tried all of those maneuvers before, and none of those things worked either.
Exactly. Okay,
So yeah, it's time for our people to gain true wisdom, which is the counsel of the Ancient of Days, which is Yahweh Shem Yahushua through the men of the Apostles of Great Millstone.
That's right.
On down.
That's right. Was it more than that? Or no, this brother had one.
Yes, a quick one. This is Proverbs chapter 22, verse 3. It says, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and
Right.
hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished."
That's right. So a prudent man foreseeth the evil, man. He has discernment. That's part of being a judge, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Not having a reprobate spirit. Examining things, man. Knowing where danger alerts, man, because all the scriptures talk about fear of meaning of wisdom.
Right.
Knowing that the Most High set up the power that's destroying the earth right now to be the whooping stick to our nation. Fear that the Lord can put him in your hands, man. You're going to operate in wisdom and prudence, man. In every aspect of your life, you know?
You know, and just to be realistic, it's not instantaneous.
Oh, right.
People want to think that it's just now I have wisdom, I'm prudent now because I read the Bible, so I'm prudent now.
Yeah.
You know, I've been watching all of the videos, so I'm clearly prudent now. No, man, it takes time and practice and experience.
That's right.
To you gotta use wisdom in your life. You have to use knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in your life, and you become more keen.
That's right, brother.
That word keen, K-E-E-N.
I got you.
All right, you become more keen as you use knowledge, wisdom, and understanding throughout your day-to-day life experiences. The more things that you go through, you know, sharpens your ability to become prudent, meaning thinking steps ahead,
Right.
coming to conclusions, steps ahead, seeing what's gonna happen before it happens. Knowing if I do this, it's gonna lead to that.
Exactly.
Instead of having that time where the brother being like, well, I didn't think about that. I like it. You know, when the prudent man was like, I didn't do that because, you know, like you know.
It's
But
just
it-
like
yeah.
that show called Limitless. They got the movie too, but the show, the drug that the dude is taking,
Bingo.
make him he's able to see like fucking 100 moves ahead of everybody else. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
able
Like,
to access all his memories.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? In the TV show, in the first episode, this nigga running from the police. This nigga running from the police, man. But he on that drug. I'm talking about this nigga. He stopped and he split himself up. One go this way, one go this way, one go this way. If I go this way, I'm gonna run into this thing and I'm gonna hit this old lady. If I run this way, I can hit this fence because the nigga that's chasing me fat as hell. And if I go this way, it's just smooth sailing. I ain't gotta jump over shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and he see all these different things, and he just pick and choose the right one, and they could not catch his ass. You know what I'm saying? But the prudence, the drug makes you more prudent for whatever situation you dealing with.
I gotta catch that.
Can I bring out this definition for the word king?
Nope.
Well, hey, Baba Kushab. All right, this is the word king in the etymology. It says bold, brave, fearless.
And that's what that appearance, experience. You become more bold as you become more experienced.
Right.
And you become more keen with your judgment. You're not worried about the decision that you make when you first like when you get put in a position of authority or responsibility. You always worried, man. You always worried if you're doing the right thing, if the Most High is dealing with you, if I'm fucking up. But as time goes by, you don't worry about that, man.
Right. You settle in.
You're more bold about it. You just do what the Spirit brings to you. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says clever, prudent.
Clever, prudent. There you go.
Wise, intelligent. So as the brother Yatazak was talking about all these predetermined outcomes, you get those from what? The experience of the scriptures.
That's right.
Like that's what we are honing in on. Okay, how did Yahweh, Yahushua, the apostles, and all the other ancient men before us, how did they handle the situation?
Yeah.
We have a backdrop there.
Exactly.
Let's tap into that backdrop to where we can use that wisdom of today in modern times.
Let's go, champ.
That's wisdom. That's keenness. Because I want to say the word keen also goes back to sight and vision as well.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. But that was it.
Yeah, because he read that a wise man foreseeth the evil man, but like the brother Ariella made a beautiful point. Just through that process of experience and going through certain pitfalls, you can understand the stuff down the road and know what's gonna happen, the potential consequences for any given action. Go ahead and get that.
Yeah, because I have a precept. What you saying real quick?
Okay, go ahead.
2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 15, and that from a child that thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in Hamashiach Yahushua. All scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh,
Right.
and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works.
That's right.
You know? So it's just like what Kwasha was saying, man, in review of the scriptures and understanding, man, that gives you a glimpse in what you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
You know, for right now, for today.
Exactly.
You know?
Go ahead with that one.
So Romans chapter 5 verse 3. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience,
That's right.
and patience experience, and experience hope.
That's right. So we glory in tribulation, man. The certain pitfalls and things that we going through right now, man, that basically builds our patience, which patience is part of having faith. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, we're gaining experience, man, to know how to see keenly, to know how to walk in prudence when we're faced with similar scenarios. Being able to give wise counsel through the Spirit to men, brethren that's going through those similar scenarios that you've been through. You know what I'm saying? This is all part of operating in prudence and subtlety and righteousness, man, through the Spirit.
Yeah. And that's why Apostle Gabar likes to go into what that word patient being suffering.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that those sufferings bring experience. And what's after experience?
Experience and experience hope.
Hope, man. Hope of what? Salvation.
That's right.
All right? I want to backdoor what you're reading with Psalms 4:4. It says, stand in awe and sin not. Commune with your own heart upon your bed and be still. Right?
Don't trip.
Don't trip, man.
Don't trip. Don't be
Like,
rash.
Don't be rash,
Yeah.
man.
Right.
You know, like the brother was kind of reading in Proverbs earlier, man. Get in control of your spirit. That's what we all doing, right? Because we was talking about how what is our first inclination in this body is to be carnal,
Exactly.
and we're being renewed through the Spirit, right?
Right.
Not to be that carnal man initially, to be initiated as a spiritual man first.
Con.
The spiritual thought, king thought comes first.
Turning the other cheek. We was talking about that the other day.
Oh man, yeah.
The actual meaning, the thorough understanding of turning the other cheek
Yeah.
is being subtle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all these things tying together for us to be able to maneuver through society, man. You know what I'm saying? Being wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, you know what I'm saying? All these different phrases and all allegories and all these different things, we have to apply them. It's not just words on a page. It's not just something cool to say to sound deep. You know what I'm saying? No, you actually have to live like this, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And our apostles and elders and forefathers and all of these things is where we get these examples from.
Yeah. Then like when it was coming up against the Lord, he was like, "Oh, you saying you the Son of God? Thou sayest."
Right. Flipped it on him. Just that quick. Flipped it on him. Like,
I mean,
damn.
I mean, if that's what you say, I mean, shit.
It is written in thy law.
You're a God.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. Like, you read it. I read it. Do you believe it?
There you go.
Hey, because the scriptures, it says in Ephesians, be ye angry and sin not. Because like the brother made a beautiful point. Like your first reaction to something that's crazy or that's off to your spirit is to get angry or maybe want to just be carnal. But sin not, man. You gotta be. That's where that subtlety through the spirit of your faith and your trials and your experience and that hope of salvation comes all into play, man.
Right.
You gonna make the right move, man. You just gonna sit. You ain't gonna just be so quick to just say something that can get you caught up or to do something that can get you put to death. You know.
If I could add real quick, that goes back to what Ariella was saying as far as you behind enemy lines and you got to get out. You know what I mean? So, like, if any of those other moves that you make in haste or rashly, right, they're going to get you killed, right? But all the other things in which you do that involve experience, suffering, temperance, patience, right, lead to hope. And essentially that's what we're looking for, deliverance. Exactly. From behind enemy lines, you know what I mean, to be picked up from the choppers, you know, the chariots or whatever, you know what I mean, and rule in righteousness. So yeah, I just want to add that as well, because that's a part of that hope, because I think one of the definitions that brother had brought out talked about an aim. Was it for prudence? It had said something about an aim.
Craft.
Was it crane? I mean, craft? Okay, yeah. So Esau has an aim, an objective, an objective in what he's doing through his subtlety. Likewise, we have an objective in our subtlety in righteousness, which is deliverance.
That's right, brother. That's right.
That's right. Anybody had anything?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
That Matthew 5:25, it says, agree with thine adversary quickly.
Right.
Whilst thou art in the way with him. While you in the way with him.
Yep.
You know? Least at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Like the one guy that everybody been watching lately. You know, he went to take his stance against Esau. Well, why you want to see my driver's license?
Right.
For what? Why I gotta get out the car? Oh, goddamn shit. You know? You know? Look, bro. Give me your goddamn driver's license and insurance, bro. You should have been holding it up when he pulled up.
I'm telling you, had it ready for him.
I would have been like, hey, man, don't slide it through that little crack.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. Because if you can you read that one more time about the show?
God. It said Matthew 5:25. Agree with thine adversary quickly.
And with that, man, I have a testimony on that. I always tell these brothers about that story, bro. I got stopped by the same cop in Irving and 3 times, bro. And that 3rd time, he was like, damn. He was like, you don't give me no problems, man. Just be on your way.
Yeah.
And brothers know me, man. You know, through the years, you know, I ain't had the best temper.
Yeah.
But the Lord put my ass in them situations, bro. Bro, it was times, bro. I say this. It's been 3 times I could have got my ass beat up and been on World Star. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the Lord that's crazy because the Lord just matched it. Okay, these 3 times you didn't do so well, bro. So I'm gonna put you in these other 3 chances. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it got to the point to come like, hey, you know what, man? Here you go, man. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, I just appreciate your cooperation.
I ain't just fling my arms, you know. Plus, the one of the other times I had been drinking, bro.
Yeah.
Coming from the brothers, grilling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, my nigga, why y'all stopping me? I was like, here you go. Like, y'all doing all right? All right, appreciate you. Was on my way. And I'm here today.
That's right.
That's what's up. Doing a sit down. The Wadi Habashim al Shah.
Con, right, through wisdom, through that subtlety. Anybody else?
I know
If I can say one thing, he said in Matthew's to agree with him while you still have a chance, basically. You know, because it get a situation can get heated very quickly depending on how you handle it. You know, going allude to what the brother's going into, man. You know, because initially most people don't want any problems. Everybody trying to make it home.
That's right.
But when that ego gets to manifesting, or for lack of a better word, that's when it starts. That's when it's a problem that occurs, man. Because you feel like you gotta prove something, man. Well, we don't have anything to prove.
That's right.
We're in a situation. We're in hell, correct?
Right.
You know. So with that understanding, man, there's no reason to be prideful about anything.
Right.
I got this for you, brother.
Jake want to be a gorilla right now, like they King Kong in it on this side, man. There's this illusion of majesty already. Like, I get it when you read the scriptures and talk about we're gonna be in the kingdom, we're gonna bash their heads, we're gonna fuck Esau up, but you a slave,
Right.
all right?
Slave.
Keep it real.
Yeah, until then.
That's right.
Until then,
Up until then.
sit your ass down, man.
Take your ass to work, hand over that ID.
Ain't nobody scared of you.
Your ass.
You're not a threat, nigga.
Right, yeah.
There's some lions and gorillas in captivity. You go to the zoo, you see them lions out behind them glass doors and shit.
Yeah.
Gorillas, we some silverbacks and lions behind a damn glass door right now. They taking pictures of us and shit.
Right.
They feed us whatever they want to feed us. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? They tell us to do certain things that they tell them other animals to do. Man, this is the situation we in right now.
Nigga 60 pounds overweight trying to work on a spinning back elbow.
Yeah.
No, nigga.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
It's not worried about you, bro.
Right.
It's not worried about you,
I
bro.
can say this, or not even that. He trying to prove something with your bitch, or with your woman. You know, getting an argument behind some petty stuff. Well, you ain't make a salad where I would. Nigga, you in captivity, bro.
Exactly.
You might have to make a salad for yourself. Why argue?
Man.
Why make your life harder than what it has to be? Going to what the brother Yalakai is bringing out beautifully, man. Why?
Exactly, bro.
Don't decorate your hell, man.
You know, hey, man, this is a casualty war. You get your woman to. You ain't gonna be King Ding-a-ling, bro. You know? You gonna be an average nigga. You gonna be that nigga. A compromise, if you will. Just like she a compromise.
Yeah.
You compromising with her, she probably think the same thing with your ass. About your ass. Man, I wish I was with Jarrell back in high school.
As soon as this nigga get fired, I'm gone. Let this whole ass nigga get fired.
Hey, I do this at a young age though, man. Be a sweetheart to these hoes, man. Cause that helps. That goes a long way. Balance. You can be an asshole too, but we talking about having subtlety.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nigga, you in captivity. You a check away from being on the streets. And this hoe pay half the rent. Chill out. And really, if you want to get technical, she got more utilities than you. Okay?
No shit.
So stop, man.
They got a blender. They got a blender and a light bill.
You trying to bring up a bill that you remember that $200? Huh? Why?
Like, nigga, why you Let's get back to the scripture.
Hey, Kodor, this is for your testimony, brother. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger.
It's beautiful, man.
You know? Come. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger.
Right, and the grievous words, that's talking about that carnality too, because as we go on and on through the experience of faith, we're going to have to, like, get out of that carnal mind, man.
That's
like,
right.
Like y'all was going into, man. You know what I'm saying? And have faith that the spiritual mind is going to direct your path, man.
Yeah. Come.
Not trying to have an ego, because that ego, that's all part of carnality, man.
Yeah.
This is not about us, man. We ain't nothing. We always talk about our righteousness is a filthy rags. Okay, act like it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Your righteousness is a filthy rag, but your wickedness is pristine. You know what I'm saying? You shine that wickedness off. You know what I'm saying? Toothbrush and
You know what I'm saying? Power wickedness real good, because that's all see. You know what I'm saying? What you display, you want to look good, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I said like that saying, work smarter, not harder. That's all a part of having subtlety, man.
right,
Basically, just getting to the point, not making it hard for yourself. Shit is hard enough, man.
right.
When we talk about we in captivity, you know what I'm saying? I know the Most High, He ain't gonna put more on us than we can bear, but even within that, man, it's like, give yourself a break, you know? Don't get yourself in a situation that's unnecessary. These are all war tactics too, man. You know?
So I said that's why.
Exactly.
Yahweh said it best, man. And ran unto Caesar what is unto Caesar's. And run unto Yahweh Shai what belong to Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right, brother.
That'll make your life a whole lot easier.
Nice.
Pay your taxes.
Yeah.
This nigga over you, he can kill you. Hey,
Right.
just be compliant. And then when it's time to do the will and give what belongs to Yahweh Shai, do that.
Yeah.
But anything else, you going against the setup that Yahweh Shai set up, because he put us in captivity.
That's right.
And you may end up being put to death, man, because you're going against the will. You know?
That's right.
Go ahead, brother. That's about 3 verses. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, and I'll start at verse. I'll start at verse 5. If riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things?
Mm.
And if prudence work, who of all that are is a more cunning workman than she? Verse 7. And if a man love righteousness, her labors are virtues, for she teacheth temperance and prudence, justice and fortitude, which are such things as men can have nothing more profitable in their life. Verse 8. If a man desire much experience, she knoweth things of old, and contereth aright what is to come. She knoweth the subtleties of speeches.
Conter right of what is to come.
Yeah,
See that? That's an element of experience.
That's right,
Because
brother.
read the part right before that.
Verse 8. If a man desire much experience,
Uh-huh.
she knoweth things of old,
Uh-huh.
and contereth aright what is to come.
What is to come, man? You have a prudent mind, right? A keen mind. Go ahead.
She knoweth the subtleties of speeches, and can expound dark sentences.
Mm-hmm.
You know, subtlety of speech is going there. That goes in beautiful what Yadaka was speaking on earlier, man. You know, through that understanding of the scriptures, that the knowledge of the scriptures, we know the war tactics of Esau, if you will. You know, and this is why the brother is behooving us to be subtile also, man. Because we know this dude is doing all type of crafty things, man.
Exactly.
And we could expound all day on it, man. So that's why we have to be in the same mindset, man, of playing chess, bro.
That's right, brother.
Okay. I was supposed to read that word, but it's cool. It says, she knoweth the subtleties of speeches and can expound dark sentences. She foreseeth signs and wonders in the events of seasons and times. So if you understand what kind of time that we're in, like it tells you in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, there's a time and a season for everything that is underneath the heavens, man. So having a prudent mind and having wisdom and knowledge, the correct wisdom and knowledge, you will be able to foresee signs and wonders and events of seasons and of times. We understand that we're at a season and a time where Esau knows that he's at his last end. He knows that he's backed into a corner, and the only thing that he has left to do is to claw and act like if a rat is backed into a corner, man, what it's going to do is going to try to fight its way out aggressively.
That's right.
So if you know Esau's going to come in an aggressive, if Esau's going to come in an aggressive motion towards you, you got to understand what you need to do in a certain scenario when he comes to attack, man.
Exactly.
You have to. You can't be caught, man. You can't be caught out there slipping like we had, like at camp yesterday, man. The worst way to get caught is when you get caught with a sucker punch that you don't see coming, man. Those punches will knock you out, and they hurt the worst, man. When you're over here just bullshitting, you got 2 cups in your hand, Dougie, and then all of a sudden, BOW! You out of there. Now you sleep in the club. Now you in a world star moment.
Get yourself hurt.
Most High about to put 2/3 of Israel on a huge world star moment, man. Because why? Jake is imprudent.
Simple, man.
They don't want to understand. They don't want to understand. They don't want to understand things that are going on in the world that they live in.
That's right, bro.
It might not be everybody's lot to be into geopolitics or whatever the case may be,
but it's good to understand and know.
Right.
Just the fundamentals of the scriptures.
Right.
The fundamentals of the scriptures will make you wiser than all the people on the planet Earth, man.
Right.
You know, you don't have to go into the deepest aspects of the scriptures to get what you need in order to maneuver.
That's right, brother.
You know, all you have to do is be humble and listen.
And then 2/3 rebuttal is when our people gonna learn to put that Bible down. Man, you gonna be marked for that. You gonna be marked for talking that BS, talking about putting down our heritage and our true culture, man. The Lord seen you type that BS on YouTube in the comment
Yeah,
section.
man, but you can't prove that time in history when we ever picked it up. Our people ain't been reading the Bible, man.
That's a good point, bro.
We never picked up the scriptures and really got into what it said.
That's right.
You ain't nobody broke down the scriptures to you, man.
That's right.
People talking about when we gonna put the Bible down. When did our people ever pick it up, man? They don't know no scriptures,
Right. Exactly.
you know.
Just going to what Apostle Tahar was going to, man. Jake got that old time religion.
Yeah.
It took for our villains to come back. We had to bring the spirituality back to this. What we had with that slave shit that Esau gave us, that's not our heritage, you know. Jake got that old time religion, them grape juice drinkers, man. Yeah, that ain't what this is about.
Yeah.
It took, starting with Abba Bivens and the Apostle, High Priest Ariel, all them, for to bring the spirituality back to this book, man. So now we bringing spirituality back to Jake. Jake think this is religion. This is not religion.
That's right.
That's why left hand side is going so hard with it, because the spirituality aspects come back.
Exactly.
Back in high school, I didn't hear nobody talking shit about the Bible, bro.
That's right.
Come on, that was written by man. I didn't hear nobody
That's right,
saying
brother.
that. We didn't start hearing that until about 5-6 years ago. That's really being pushed now. Oh, that was created by man. This is that King James humble.
Right.
Growing up, I never heard anybody question the Bible. They was just going to church.
Right.
Not down south, man.
Right.
Not the Bible.
You only heard it once when one of your cousins became a Muslim.
Yeah. That's it. Or like that one dude in class, everybody was like, tripping, bro. Like, I'm just Jesus Christ my Savior. That's all I know.
Right.
But then everybody, wasn't nobody talking about putting that Bible down, bro. You know?
Okay, you right, bro. You right.
You hear about that till 5, 6, 7 years ago when that spirit really started being pushed heavily on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Now Esau done vamped it up and he seduces our people.
Yes,
So
right.
now they into all type of stuff now, except for the
Right.
scriptures. You know?
Planted that seed of doubt.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got a quick precept as well. Any brothers? This is Sirach chapter 19, verse 25. It says, "There is an exquisite subtlety, and the same is unjust. And there is one that turneth aside to make judgment appear, and there is a wise man that justifieth in judgment." So there's an exquisite subtlety of wickedness, and there's an exquisite subtlety of righteousness.
Right.
Just as the brother was shows that he has to ramp up the subtlety of wickedness, because Jake's are waking up to the knowledge that they're Israelites. I mean, that's being pushed all across the globe. You got celebrities, you got more Israelite camps out on the street. So yeah, Esau, seeing that his system is falling to his subtlety of wickedness, that same contracts, craftiness, policies, all of these image,
The image of
the
beast.
idols,
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, the image of the beast idea, that wine of the wrath of fornication.
Yeah, gone. And righteousness is Lord. It's magnifying through the spirit power of Yahweh Shemiah Shai. So I just want to read that real quick.
That was a good piece. Anybody?
Yeah.
You still holding that, Cordell? You have something?
Yeah, I gotta get this. Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents.
How to operate maneuver, man. Being wise as serpent, man.
And the serpent was the most subtle.
Subtle,
So
yep.
Yahweh Shai said, you gotta match this serpent's subtlety.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's a spiritual war right now, man. So you want to match your enemy's intensity level. You want to try to outdo him, but all through the spirit of man.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Was there more to that?
That was the point, bro.
If you look at that word subtile, it basically means hard to see. You know what I'm saying? When somebody sees you out there in the streets, that ain't gonna automatically assume that you're a Muslim or an Israelite. They just know that you're a different person because how you conduct yourself. You don't have to be loud and prove something.
And friends is on everything.
Oh.
That light shine through you.
It means under the web. till it's under the web.
Well, yeah, I mean, even if you think about war, right? Typically, a lot of these soldiers or whatever, what do they wear? Camouflage.
Fatigues, right? Yeah, exactly.
So our spiritual camouflage are these scriptures. That's subtlety. You know what I'm saying? It's not wearing fringes on your boxers. You know what I mean? It's not going to work saying, hey, I'm gonna kill you crackers. Or none of that. It's agreeing with the system of white supremacy, even though we're against it. Okay, and then when we have the opportunity to go out and chant down Babylon, we do that. But we're not going to do it in the system, right, behind enemy lines, while Esau got a gun pointed at your head.
Right.
You know.
Right. Yeah, I'll say Neo was Mr. Anderson in the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? Clark Kent. It's Clark Kent at work. Right. He ain't got the S on his chest, write newspaper articles. No, that's what I'm saying. It's a time and a place for those things.
That's right. If I can get a synonym to the word subtle, it's another word for it in the source. It says impalpable, which that word means imperceptible to the senses or the mind. For example, impalpable cloud, impalpable shadows, or impalpable distinctions. As impalpable as a dream. So you gotta be in a state of mind or in an image. I'll say that somebody wouldn't really be able to understand the senses of their mind or their eyes. They see, me at work as Ashton.
Right.
But I know through the spirit, I know I'm out of mind.
Right. Yeah.
You gotta be crafty.
Of course.
In this world, man, especially because I can tell you this, Esau knows Jake more than Jake know them damn selves, man.
Right.
They know what to put in the food to make you sick. They know what to put in the air. They know what to put on TV to gather your senses into some wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Certain channels of energy that they do with the telephone signals and Wi-Fi. That's why it tells you in the scriptures that Esau is wiser than Daniel, man.
That's right.
He knows how to make Jake go off, man. That's his prime job, is to make Jake go off to say to the Heavenly Father, look what they're doing. They're transgressing the law. You see what your people are doing.
Right.
So that's why what the brother's going into very beautifully. You have to be just as crafty as Esau in righteousness' sake, man.
That's right.
Right.
You have to be impartial.
That's what you read. Right hand knows what your left hand doing, man.
Go ahead, brother.
It's Jeremiah 27:9. Therefore hearken not ye to your prophets, nor your diviners, nor to your dreamers, nor to your enchanters, nor to your sorcerers, which speak, saying, ye shall not serve the king of Babylon. For they prophesy a lie unto you, to remove you far from your land. Right? When you go down, it says, I spake also to Zedekiah, king of Judah, according to all these words, saying, bring your necks under the yoke of the king of Babylon, and serve him and his people, and live. So we got to bear out our curse. We have to bear out our curse. It says, why will ye die, thou and thy people, by the sword and by famine and by pestilence, as the Lord has spoken against the nation that will not serve the king of Babylon? So if you live by the, if you want to be rash, then you're going to receive that judgment, man.
Exactly.
We have to serve our judge. We have to go to our enemy for all things. We have to agree with our adversary. All of these things apply, man. All right? And you got Jake coming with this spirit like we finna take down Esau on our own and, all that bullshit. Nah, man. Hey, the scriptures is the scriptures, man. That's right. Now, if he tell you to take the chip, you don't take the chip. That's where subtlety and prudence and being discernment comes in, man.
So that's just like earlier we were saying, Esau, he's like the hell with subtlety. So no, it's in your face, and we gonna have to come in there too. When they put your head under the guillotine, when they got you strapped in that chair, it ain't no being subtle no more.
Right, yeah.
You bow your how by shimmy how shot. Take this body, you can have this raggedy motherfucker. You know? Subtlety's going out the window, man. So all these other nations, man. Subtlety going out the window, man.
Yeah.
Scriptures is prophesied that Esau is finna all this shit, man. All this shit finna buckle.
I like the point you made about like the camouflage, because we was breaking down subtle, meaning like disguise under the web or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like basically we should be like we're soldiers of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, right?
Gone.
But we're spiritually camouflaged, basically being pilgrims going through the Babylon right now.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
And that's why I wanted to get this right here, because at the end of the day, the thing to keep in mind is the spiritual war. You know what I'm saying?
Done.
Ready, bro? Yeah, 6 and 10.
6 and 10.
Kind of.
Okay. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. My brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might.
That's right. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might.
Right.
This is not of our own might that we going to somehow conquer the so-called white man, the Edomites, and get out of Babylon. It's going to be through the Most High's right hand, Yahushua.
Yep.
So that's what we have to depend on. That's what we're prisoners of hope for.
That's right, brother.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. Put on the whole armor of our power, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
And that's part of being substance, man.
That's right.
Up to the point to where all of this destruction gonna culminate, man. We gotta operate and maneuver in spiritual wisdom, in prudence, man. Knowing that we got an enemy that's full of wrath. He's about to come at us, man. Demonize us. You know. Go ahead.
Verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Against spiritual wickedness in high places. So you got to understand this is a spiritual battle. So if you playing with carnal weapons, you already preparing yourself to lose.
Bingo.
You know, the stakes is high. You know what I'm saying? Everything is orchestrated through the spirit first, and then it manifests through the flesh. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 13. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of our power, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand.
That's right, the whole armor, man, meaning this truth. The words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. That's right. Which those attributes of having this knowledge through your experience, man, you're going to have that subtlety. You're going to have that prudence to foresee evil. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how to navigate your way through the spirit. Being confident in decision making.
Bingo.
Not being rash. Being able to take rebuke. Knowing when to speak. Knowing when not to speak. You know what I'm saying? Knowing to put up a fight. Knowing when you got to fall back. Yeah. Go ahead.
Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness.
That's right. So that's what our loins are girt about with the truth, man. Not in ourselves and thinking we're some type of big men that are going to somehow take down Esau. Our people have tried that. Failure. Next. Yep. This is the only thing, spirituality. That's what's going to deliver the elect out of Babylon. Being spiritual. Go ahead.
And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace.
That's right, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace, man. Because right now we're preparing the spiritual tabernacle, you know what I'm saying? We're preparing basically to be governors and rulers in the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
So all of these carnalities, man, it's going to have to get weeded out. And just through this process of faith, you know what I'm saying, knowing that we have an enemy who's operating in subtlety on the left-hand side, we got to raise our stakes, man, in prudence and subtlety, ultimately, in craft.
That's right.
To do the bidding of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. That's it on that, brother. If anybody got anything else, I'm just going to close up.
I got one more.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Genesis chapter 27, verse 35. Talking about Esau and Jacob, because I mean, essentially that's what we've been going into. But going back to prove of how our forefathers worked, we should be working in that same manner, but more effectively through the Spirit.
Exactly.
Since the foundation has been laid, you should be able to build more efficiently, more effectively, right?
That's
more
right.
concise.
Because hey, that's why Romans 15, we always say that the things which were written aforetime were written for our learning. So we should be on levels. The pathway has already been set.
Right.
We got so many examples. And then the Most High blessed us with apostles and elders through the faith who got experience, man. To raise our level of experience when we going through certain things, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah.
I'll say this real quick. That's why with Matthew 13, the Lord said that he was telling the apostles, the prophets before had desired to see the things they saw. Mm. They got more of an understanding. So now the things that they were talking about, and we on level where we have more understanding now. So like the brother said, we should be able to operate more efficiently because now it's coming all pulled together and everything's been opened up. You know?
Hey, and that's another thing too, because as this thing ramps up, like I heard Apostle Tahar say this like a couple years back. Like guys that's coming in the faith, you may be 6 months to a year in, but your understanding level is gonna have to get on pace quick. You know, ain't really gonna be no time for men who maybe have responsibilities in the camp to
Right.
sit back and have all these 2-hour cancels over a decision.
Yep.
Things gonna have to be quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Con.
It's just the time that
The
we
spirit don't even be on it now. Like
You know?
spirit don't be. I'm finna sit and talk to you. Like,
Right. Yeah.
Do
Exactly.
you want to be here? No. All right, get the fuck out. I'm telling you.
Con.
If you do, get in order.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
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 Like Yahshua always say, man, we can't help that the Lord coming back.
It ain't
You
no
know? It ain't our fault, man. Big up to my man Yahshua, you know? Go ahead, brother.
This is Genesis 27:35, and he said, "Thy brother came with subtlety, and he hath taken away thy blessing."
He hustled me.
But yeah, how did he hustle him? I mean, yeah, me and the brothers.
He exploited
Right.
your impulsive nature.
He saw weakness.
He saw weakness in your character, man.
Exactly.
He's like, this whole ass nigga don't
Right.
have his blessings.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
And I'm gonna prove it.
Yep. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Got him
He's
to curse the blessing.
Yeah.
he sees the opportunity, and really spiritually, that's what we're doing. Lord willing, through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shemiah Shah, we see an opportunity of salvation, of hope and deliverance. Okay, and we saying, okay, listen, we just can't run for it. We just can't make a mad dash. Okay, everybody, let's think about this before we get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Climbing the fence.
It's like, okay, listen, we know where to go. However, it's what do they call them? Landmines, claymores, and all the rest of that stuff that we don't see.
Yeah.
So that's the subtlety of Esau, right? So what do we have to do? We got to throw out a little dummy, you know what I'm saying? Make sure, it don't explode. We say, okay, that path might be good. Having that vision, having that prudence to know that we're in battle. Okay, so yeah, that's the same thing our forefather Jacob did. He saw opportunity, he seized it, but with subtlety.
That's right, because
Yeah, that's the balance. That's the balance in the Most High and His judgment. Because we were deceived, through Eve, and how the serpent came to her with subtlety. So we got that blessing back through subtlety, through Jacob, our forefather. So that's the black.
That's
right. That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah. Took it right back from
And
the
then he didn't like it when
from the serpent.
Exactly,
Give
from
me
the
that.
serpent.
Yeah.
He didn't
And-
like it when the shoe was on the other
Yeah, when the
foot.
shoe was on the other foot.
Come on.
He didn't like that, man.
Yeah, we use this energy against him. Yeah, that's craftiness as well. Right, that's craftiness as well. I think they teach that in boxing and fighting or whatever, right? You use your opponent's strength against him.
Yeah.
And essentially that's what wisdom is. We're using Esau's we're using Esau's craftiness against him through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shemiah Shah. Not through our own means.
That's right, brother.
I was saying, look like Jacob got rich off of Laban. Laban tried to fuck him over.
Yeah, he tried to screw him.
Jacob ran a whole scheme and got rich as hell.
Yep.
While Laban thought he was getting rich.
He
It's
thought he was
somewhere in
coming up.
Genesis, it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
beautiful story.
Yeah.
That's right, Doc.
He ain't got too much.
We're talking about
Yeah.
the spotted sheep.
Sheep,
Yeah.
Yeah. He came up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we are opportunists through the spirit of power of Yahweh by Shemiah Shah. We are built to supplant. We are built to rule. However, it's through the scriptures. It's not of our own. It's coming in accordance with Yahweh by Shemiah Shah, which gives us the strength and power, the foresight, that keen vision, the craftiness to actually rule in righteousness.
Hey, man, I think the point's been made beautifully, man. So, hopefully it was edifying to the body. So with that, we just want to give all praises to
Yahweh by Shem Yahushua.
Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to you sincere Akim that's fighting for the truth, man. And with that, I want to say shalom.
Shalom. I think that's it.